Hello, coaster lovers. So I have a question for all you to answer. What was your first roller coaster over 200 feet? Some people that live around Pittsburgh say Phantom's Revenge or Steel Curtain, both at Kennywood. And some people that live in Tampa probably say Shikra or Iron Gwazi, both at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. But if you live around Kings Island, like me, your answer will probably be Diamondback, which is the ride that I am reviewing today. So this is my review of Diamondback at Kings Island. Welcome to King's Coasters. If you're new to this channel and have an unhealthy addiction to roller coasters, like me, I'll highly recommend you subscribing to this channel. And also, only 93.5% of you coaster lovers are still not subscribed, so it'll make me happy if you subscribe to this channel. And before we start, if you watch the Millennium Force review, it's going to be very similar. Anyways, let's begin the review of Diamondback with its history, and also if you don't know what it is, you'll find out why. So let's begin. So Diamondback is a B&M Hyper roller coaster located at Kings Island in Mason, Ohio. It is 30 minutes northeast of Cincinnati, and Diamondback is famous for its big, sprawling airtime hills and a picturesque splashdown at the end of the ride. But where did it start? Diamondback opened on April 18th, 2009. It was a special ride for Kings Island. It was their tallest coaster there for a while until Orion opened, and the park didn't have a B&M. It costed $22 million to construct this beast, but if you fast forward to 2018, it got new painted trains. It changed from the red seats to pink gold color seats. But this year in 2023, it's getting a repaint, so it's going to look new again. But anyways, let's begin with the presentation. So while you're walking up to the ride, it looks insanely massive. You can also see some last minute theming around the ride. And while a train passes by after the first drop, it has that iconic sound, which is awesome. If you want to know what it sounds like, here's what it sounds like. Anyways, the splashdown gets you excited to ride. Then you enter the queue line, which is on the right side of the entrance, which is nice. Then you enter the queue line. It could be a walk-on or it's half full. Most of my experiences have been half full, but only happened to me once or twice that it was a walk-on. Then you climb up some stairs, and then you eventually get assigned a row. But the crew does accept row requests, which is a plus. Then you enter the station, and you're about to ride. Speaking of which, that leads us to the ride experience. So when the train dispatches, you ascend the 232-foot lift. It eventually speeds up. If you look towards your left or right, you get a magical view of the park. Then you crest the top. You get a great view of the beast and the forest. Then you plunge 215 feet down. Then you bank slightly to the right, and that is the first negative. It can be pretty shaky. Then enter into the first airtime hill. By the way, this is one of the best roller coasters for floating airtime. Then you plunge down into the terrain part of the ride. Then you bank to the left, not shaky as the bomb of the first drop. Then you traverse into your second airtime hill. It's like the first one. Then an intense maneuver is next, which is a hammerhead turn. It has strong positive G's. Then the worst part of the ride is coming. You rise into the trimmed airtime hill, and this is the second negative. It is insanely shaky, and definitely the worst part of the ride. I brace for it every single time I ride. Then you enter a 270-degree left helix. It can be pretty intense. It also takes your picture, by the way. Then a mid-course brakes hit. It doesn't do a lot. Then you rise into two smaller airtime hills. Then a helix. It can be pretty memorable. Then the splashdown, which acts like a brake, and that's your ride experience. You'll be filled with adrenaline at the end of the ride. And that'll do it for the ride experience. Now let's move on to the layout. The layout for Diamondback is fine. It's very similar to the other hypers out there, like Intimidator down at Carowinds. Might be writing this here, but that's for a future video. Anyways, it mixes in some helixes and a splashdown into a timeless number of camelbacks. This is a middle of the road layout, but if I had to rate it, it would be a 5. It's just a little repetitive. Just hill, then hill, and even another hill. But I don't have anything in my mind while I'm talking. Now I'm going to discuss my thoughts. So for what I think, it's an amazing ride. I love its airtime, its setting is immaculate, the pacing is so-and-so, and I love how comfortable the clamshells are. The theme is typical for a Cedar Fair ride. But the station really shines in the theming. It's the best theme part of Diamondback. And this is my second favorite ride at Kings Island, just behind Orion, which is at number 1. And speaking of Orion, if you want to hear my thoughts of that ride, just click the card above, or click the link in the description. Also like the sound it makes after the first drop. And that's all my thoughts for this ride, for now. And now, it's time for that big moment, which is the final score. So for Dimeback, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10, the same ranking as Orion in the same park. I just love both roller coasters equally, but shifting back to Diamondback, what I had to remove a point is the roughness. It can be really rattly, or it can be a slight rattle. For my 12 rides on this coaster, it was in the middle of the most of them. But that's the final score, and that'll finish up today's review on Diamondback at Kings Island. If you like this video, it would be incredible if you subscribe to this channel, and give this video a thumbs up. What is your thoughts on Diamondback? And I have some news to tell you coastal lovers, but it's not bad, luckily. Instead of uploading 5-minute videos every Saturday, I'm not going to upload 5 to 10-minute videos every Saturday, and this video will be the first one. I also have another question for you Chris lovers. It will be a poll that's on my shorts channel, so the link to the poll will be in the description. Or you can check out my community page on my channel if you're too lazy. When the next video uploads, I'm going to see if I'm going to do that question that you Chris lovers decided on. So make sure to cast your vote in the poll in the link below. I'm also going to share some bloopers because why not? Anyways, keep that adrenaline pumping, and I'll see you in the next video. Then you enter into the first Airtime Hill. This is one of the best roller coasters by. Then you enter into the first Airtime Hill, and this is one of the best. Oh, this is the middle of a road layout, but I've had. Oh, this is the middle of a road layout. If I had to rate it, it'll be a 5. It's just a little repetitive, just hill, and even another hill. But I don't have anything in my mind, sorry I'm talking. Now I'm going to discuss my thoughts. So oh no no no. Of them, but that'll finish of them. But that's the final score, and that'll finish up today's review of Orion. Wait, no, Orion. Instead of uploading, wait, no. But when the next video uploads, I'm going to see if I'm going to do that question on the coast.